It's about 5 o'clock at night, autumn night, and this is the last of the 30 odd videos on this 2001 Honda CH80 tune-up. And I'm making this for myself, also the owner, if they want to see it. When you take the bike apart, if it's there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, you got to put all your parts in one place. And another thing, good thing to do, is to have these little plastic boxes full of nuts and bolts and things like that, so you don't forget. And I've done a pretty good tune-up. I think it's the only one that's been done on it, on the bike, in its entire life. So that was kind of neat. It's like an antique bike that you take apart, and it's basically brand new, untouched, but 22 years old, or Rip Van Winkle. So it's a really neat looking bike, and you can see I put a bunch of the, what do they call it, protectorant on it, and it makes it look a lot better, but also it will protect it for winter when it goes to be put away, because in this area where I live, there's only going to be maybe two weeks of bike riding left before it's just going to get too cold. So what I have to do now is to put on the left side panel. Then I'll have to put on the battery cover, that's what that's called, even though there's no battery right there. And then the luggage rack, package rack, I guess, and the license plate. Now, one thing I want to say about this bike, if you're working on a 2001 CH80, getting this panel off it took me an hour and a half to get it off. Even in a little book that comes with the bike, it shows you how to take the panel off to get to the motor right here so that you can do maintenance. But it's not very clear how to do it, and it took me a long time and a lot of bolts to get it off. So if you're doing work on one of these for the first time, the first thing you will do, that you have to do, I believe, I've taken too much stuff off. You take off the battery cover right here. You can see the hole right here. This hole right here corresponds with this neat little knob right there. Now that knob is the 2001 model had it. I don't think the 2000 or earlier had this knob. They have a bolt. So you have to take that off first. Then you have to start taking everything off the side panel. It says what to do in the instruction manual if the bike still has it. And I took off a couple extra things because I wasn't sure just what. These are the wings that go on the side or the rear passenger skids. So it's a really nice night out, and I wanted to show the bike like this in this light before I put it all back together and send it off. You know, one day I'd like to own a bike like this. I mean, maybe if fortune smiles on me or something, maybe, you know, in the future something will work out, but not now. Anyway, these little mopeds, you know, people have been laughing at them for years because gas prices were, well, they had big trucks and everything. Now, when gas is approaching $7 a gallon or whatever it is in California, these little bikes are really looked at hard now as transportation. So I'm going to put it back together. Hopefully before the sun runs out, whatever it is. I've seen them in white and red, but not yellow. I really think the yellow is the prettiest color. It's coolest color. Besides, if you have a real bright color, cars will avoid you rather than run your ass over and give you an extreme case of concrete poisoning. No, an extreme case of sheet metal poisoning. Dio, Speed Demon. Rock on.